Alright, so this is my 99 E46 German-built sports model, non-M3. This is after applying the bulk pack, which is 36 square feet of Stinger Extreme Roadkill sound deadening material, which, if you're not familiar, is essentially just about the exact same thing as Dynamat Extreme. As it's the sports model, it has no folding rear seat to save weight. So it's all one piece of sheet metal back here. Back here is where I started. Put down some flat pieces here, and then with the back panel with all these kind of divots and dimples and random obstacles, I went ahead and I cut slits down all these major points and then in the holes so that I could roll them on with better contact to the surface, leaving no air bubbles and maximum dampening effect. I wasn't able to do complete 100% coverage with the bulk pack. I wasn't able to hit quite everything I wanted to, but I did get quite a bit covered. Going back here, you can kind of see where I tucked some pieces back there, and then around the rear tire wells, and back here up on the quarter panels. It's kind of dark, you won't be able to see, but I was able to go up here all the way to the top crease of the sheet metal on the quarter panels, on both sides. Over here as well, able to go back as far as my arm could reach, and had a couple random leftover pieces. You're seeing kind of these odd shaped ones here and there, but I did get pretty much 100% coverage, at least on the floor, and the spare tire wheel well here. And then I'll tilt it back, back here along the outside edge as well, and up here I wasn't able once again to get 100% coverage, but pretty decent chunk done of the rear deck lid underneath here, down where the speakers sit in the rear deck right there, and then the trunk lid itself. Decent amount of coverage. It was kind of tricky because it's multiple layers of sheet metal, but I was able to get in here on some of the inside layers, lay some pretty decent sized pieces down, and then back inside here, kind of dark, I don't know if you can see too well, but got some in there as well, so hopefully that'll help. Also got some I completely did the license plate, and got a bunch of loose wires right now. I'm about to just pulled out the old system, which was a 500 watt RMS Alpine amp on one Alpine Type R10. I'll be putting two Alpine Type R12s right there with a little over 1100 watt RMS JBL Class E monoblock amp wired down to 2 ohms, so giving them each a little less than 600 watts RMS. So yeah, a lot of the seams too, as many as I could, I taped up with aluminum tape afterwards to kind of cover up the sharp edges that you get from cutting custom pieces, as well as not letting any of that black butyl rubber tar type material seep out and get kind of oozy. It does do that in the heat a little bit. I laid the sheets out in the sun for a few minutes so they'd be more malleable, easier to work with around corners and shape around kind of these random obstacles that I have, which definitely helped. But after cutting a lot of custom pieces, I didn't want to have you know, those open seams where it could kind of have the potential to ooze out in hot weather. So yeah, 36 square feet from the bulk pack. Got a lot covered, not quite 100% coverage in the trunk, but definitely enough to make a substantial difference, I think. And once I have everything wired back up, I will update. But yeah, bulk pack, Stinger Expert Roadkill, and trunk of a 99 E46. Updates to come.